I've heard the argument that grading draft picks immediately after they are made is worthless, but I don't agree.
Since no one can see into the future, these 2020 NFL Draft quick snap grades only partially reflect how I expect a player's career to progress. These grades are, however, an evaluation of the process each team undertook to select the players they did. The grade also is an indication of whether I think a prospect's selection is of appropriate value given his college film and athleticism.
The reason these snap grades matter is that they give a real-time evaluation of the process. If a prospect is considered a great pick the day of the draft, but doesn't work out in the long run, that's a completely different evaluation of his new team's decision than identifying a player who was considered a reach at the time he was picked. Waiting 3 years to grade these picks leads to revisionist history, not an accurate evaluation of a decision that was based on what was known when the player was selected.
Note, selections and trades in the early rounds carry a heavier weight in the overall grade than those in the later rounds.
Draft picks: Clemson LB Isaiah Simmons, number 8 overall; Houston OT Josh Jones, number 72; Utah DT Leki Fatu, number 114; LSU DT Rashard Lawrence, number 131; Cal LB Evan Weaver, number 202; Arizona State RB Eno Benjamin, number 222. Day 1 grade, a Day 2 grade, A+, Day 3 grade, B+ overall grade. A draft analysis, picking up a stud defender in Simmons and a value in Jones made the first 2 days of the Cardinals draft memorable. And don't forget, this team used its second-round pick to acquire DeAndre Hopkins earlier this offseason.
Adding Fatu and Lawrence should give the Cardinals one of the biggest defensive lines in the league, although perhaps at the cost of building depth at other positions. Weaver is limited in coverage but should be a solid reserve 3-4 inside linebacker and special teamer. Benjamin is a low center of gravity back who adds needed depth at his position. They'll want to find depth at tight end after the draft.
Draft picks: Clemson CBA J. Terrell, number 16 overall; Auburn DT Marlon Davidson, number 47; Temple C. Matt Hennessy, number 78; Fresno State LB Michael Walker, number 119; Cal S. Jalen Hawkins, number 134; Syracuse P. Sterling Hoffrichter, number 228. Day 1 grade, B. Day 2 grade, a Day 3 grade, B. overall grade, B+. Draft analysis: Atlanta met needs at cornerback, defensive tackle and the interior offensive line in the first 3 rounds. The Falcons also required help at the second level of their defense, and Walker fits that bill, although he might not have been the best player available to fill that need. Same goes for the Hawkins pick. Finding a young edge rusher post-draft should be a high priority.
Draft picks: LSU LB Patrick Queen, number 28 overall; Ohio State RB J.K. Dobbins, number 55; Texas A&M DT Justin Madubike, number 71; Texas WR Devin DuVernay, number 92; Ohio State LB Malik Harrison, number 98; Mississippi State Og Tyre Phillips, number 106; Michigan Og Ben Bredesen, number 143; Texas Tech DT Broderick Washington, number 170; SMU WR James Proche, number 201; Iowa S. Geno Stone, number 219. Day 1 grade, a Day 2 grade, a Day 3 grade, a overall grade, a draft analysis. Just another outstanding draft for GM Eric DeCosta, finding good value at every pick in the first 3 rounds and meeting most of the team's top needs. It wasn't surprising to see the Ravens pick Bredesen given how much they loved having another Big Ten guard for the past decade, Marshall Yanda from Iowa. Washington is an active nose tackle who will be effective in a rotation. Proche might be the steal of the draft, or it might be Stone. It's criminal that DeCosta is this good at drafting players.
Draft picks: Iowa de A.J. Epinesa, number 54 overall; Utah RB Zach Moss, number 86; UCF WR Gabriel Davis, number 128; Georgia QB Jake Fromm, number 167; Georgia Southern K. Tyler Bass, number 188; Oregon State WR Isaiah Hodgins, number 207; Pitt CB Dane Jackson, number 239. Day 1 grade, a Day 2 grade, a Day 3 grade, a overall grade, a draft analysis. Trading for Stephon Diggs before the draft was a risk worth taking given his age and production. The Bills gave up their first-round pick in that deal, but they were still able to find good players in the second Epinesa and third Moss rounds. They added some downfield threats to complement Diggs and co. in Davis and Hodgins. Taking Fromm in the fifth round could turn out to be a good investment. Who knows? An injury to Josh Allen could open the door for Fromm like the injury to Jacob Eason did at Georgia. Bass has a great leg and was selected in about the area I expected. Jackson's coverage skills are much better than his seventh-round selection indicates, and the Bills will utilize those skills right away.
Draft picks: Auburn DT Derek Brown, number 7 overall; Penn State Dietor Gross Matos, number 38; Southern Illinois S. Jeremy Chin, number 64; Notre Dame CB Troy Pride, number 113; West Virginia S. Kenny Robinson, number 152; Baylor DT Bravion Roy, number 184; Florida International CB Stanley Thomas Oliver, number 221; Day 1 grade, a Day 2 grade, a Day 3 grade, B overall grade. A draft analysis: head coach Matt Rule bolstered the team's talent up front with the picks of Brown and Gross Matos, then aided the secondary with safety Chin in the third round, speedy corner Pride in the fourth, former West Virginia and XFL player Robinson in the fifth, and the tall Thomas Oliver in round 7. Rule also picked up his former Baylor pupil Roy, yet another defensive lineman. They went all defense in this draft, and they still could use help at guard and tight end.
Draft picks: Notre Dame Cole Kmet, number 43 overall; Utah CB Jalen Johnson, number 50; Tulsa LB Trevis Gibson, number 155; Georgia Southern CB Kendall Vildor, number 163; Tulane WR Darnell Mooney, number 173; Colorado AUG Arlington Hambright, number 226; Tennessee State AUG Lachavius Simmons, number 227. Day 1 grade, incomplete Day 2 grade, B+; Day 3 grade, overall grade, B+. Draft analysis: the Bears' first-round pick this year was held by the Raiders as part of the deal for sackmaster Khalil Mack. They found a talented tight end in Kmet, whom I like more than most, though the pick gives them an absurd amount of depth at the position. Johnson was a good pick later in the second round, as well. Gibson is an underrated player who offered solid value in the fifth round. Vildor has many fans across the league. Hambright is an intriguing prospect with great upside for a seventh-round pick.
Draft picks: LSU QB Joe Burrow, number 1 overall; Clemson WRT Higgins, number 33; Wyoming LB Logan Wilson, number 65; Appalachian State LB Akeem Davis Gaither, number 107; Notre Dame DeKhalid Kareem, number 147; Kansas OT Hakeem Adeniji, number 180; Purdue LB Marcus Bailey, number 215. Day 1 grade, a Day 2 grade, a Day 3 grade, overall grade. A draft analysis: the Bengals made very good picks, starting with Burrow, the new face of the franchise, before adding a talented receiver in Higgins and active linebacker in Wilson.
They started the festivities on Saturday by picking another good linebacker in Davis Gaither, who will track and attack the ball on defense and special teams. Kareem was an excellent edge rusher selection in round 5, and Adeniji has a chance to start at guard or tackle very soon. Bailey would have been a top 100 pick if not for his history of knee injuries.
Draft picks: Alabama OT Jedrick Wills, number 10 overall; LSU's Grant Delpit, number 44; Missouri DT Jordan Elliott, number 88; LSU LB Jacob Phillips, number 97; Florida Atlantic Tay Harrison Bryant, number 115; Washington C. Nick Harris, number 160; Michigan WR Donovan Peoples-Jones, number 187. Day 1 grade, a Day 2 grade, a Day 3 grade, a overall grade. A draft analysis: the Browns picked 4 SEC players in the first 3 rounds, meeting their top needs on defense with solid value on Day 2. Getting Bryant in round 4 should also be a good value, as he's an excellent receiver, albeit not the thickest tight end in the league. Selecting Harris in the 5th round was a solid choice, and it will be interesting to see if the Browns try him at guard or just consider him a backup behind J.C. Tretter.
Draft picks: Oklahoma Wr. CeeDee Lamb, number 17 overall; Alabama CB Trevon Diggs, number 51; Oklahoma DT Neville Gallimore, number 82; Tulsa CB Reggie Robinson, number 123; Wisconsin C. Tyler Biadasz, number 146; Utah De Bradley Anae, number 179; James Madison QB Ben DiNucci, number 231; Day 1 grade, a Day 2 grade, a Day 3 grade, a overall grade, a draft analysis. Lamb was the top receiver in the class and Diggs joined Gallimore in shoring up sore spots on defense, so I have zero complaints about Jerry Jones' moves on the first 2 days of the draft.
Love the pick of Robinson as an outside corner with athleticism in the 4th round. He should have been selected much earlier. I expected Dallas to pick Biadasz early in the 4th round, so it wasn't surprising they moved up to get the sturdy pivot later in that round. Giving up a future pick is not always a great move, but sending a 5th rounder in 2021 to the Eagles to move up for a probable longtime starter makes plenty of sense to me.
Anae is a top 100 talent who fell to Dallas at the end of round 5. While not the quickest edge rusher, his strength, moves and hustle are difficult for tackles to deal with.
Draft picks: Alabama Wr. Jerry Judy, number 15 overall; Penn State Wr. KJ Hamler, number 46; Iowa CB Michael Ojemudia, number 77; LSU C. Lloyd Cushenberry, number 83; Arkansas DT McTelvin Agim, number 95; Missouri Tay Albert Okwuegbunam, number 118; Wake Forest LB Justin Sternad, number 178; Fresno State Ognetane Moody, number 181; Florida Wr. Tyree Cleveland, number 252; North Dakota State LB Derek Tushka, number 254; Day 1 grade, a Day 2 grade, a Day 3 grade, a overall grade, a draft analysis. I figured the Broncos would hammer the receiver position. Getting Judy and Hamler will cause headaches for opposing defense. The team then found help at center, cornerback and the defensive line on Day 2. The Broncos must have figured Okwuegbunam was too good of an athlete to ignore in the 4th round, and it's tough to argue with them, despite his inconsistency on the field. Sternad would have been picked in the top 120 overall if not for an injury that cost him the majority of his senior season. Moody plays like a second-rounder, but injuries have kept him to a handful of games in recent years. He was a very worthwhile pick in the 6th round. Tushka was a value edge rusher pick late in the 7th round.
Draft picks: Ohio State CB Jeff Okudah, number 3 overall; Georgia RB DeAndre Swift, number 35; Notre Dame LB Julian Okwara, number 67; Ohio State AUG Jonah Jackson, number 75; Kentucky AUG Logan Stenberg, number 121; Wisconsin WR Quintus Cephas, number 166; New Mexico State RB Jason Huntley, number 172; Utah DT John Pinacini, number 197; Ohio State DeJashawn Cornell, number 235; Day 1 grade, a Day 2 grade, a Day 3 grade, a overall grade, a draft analysis. On the first 2 days of the draft, the Lions secured a shutdown cornerback, explosive running back, much needed interior offensive line help and brought together 2 family members in a literal sense. They hit the offensive line again with Stenberg, who has exactly the type of nastiness and strength you want up front. At times it got the best of him during his collegiate career, though, so maturity will be a factor in how fast he can contribute. Cephas was a 3rd-round talent with a 7th-round 40 time, 4.73. He'll be a factor in the Lions' offense sooner than later. Huntley can be a special teams ace. Pinacini meets the team's need for a backup nose tackle.
Draft picks: Utah State QB Jordan Love, number 26 overall; Boston College RB AJ Dillon, number 63; Cincinnati Tay Josiah Deguara, number 94; Minnesota LB Kamal Martin, number 175; Michigan AUG John Runyon, number 192; Oregon C. Jake Hansen, number 208; Indiana AUG Simon Stepaniak, number 209; TCU DB Vernon Scott, number 236; Miami DeJonathan Jonathan Garvin, number 242, Day 1 grade, a Day 2 grade, D Day 3 grade, C overall grade, C+ draft analysis. Some Packers fans were not pleased that the team didn't address needs at receiver, tackle and cornerback during the draft's first 3 rounds. The 3 players they selected are intriguing talents, though, they will get their shot to show the skeptics their value, some sooner than others. Martin is an athletic linebacker who had an injury in 2019 but whose best football is ahead of him. The team attacked the offensive line late in the draft, picking Runyon, Hansen, and Stepaniak to shore up the depth chart. Garvin gives the team more pass rush depth.
Draft picks: TCU DT Ross Blacklock, number 40 overall; Florida LB Jonathan Greenard, number 90; North Carolina OT Charlie Heck, number 126; Penn State CB John Reed, number 141; Rhode Island WR Isaiah Coulter, number 171. Day 1 grade, B Day 2 grade, a Day 3 grade, a overall grade, B+ draft analysis. The Texans parted with their first-round pick this year as part of the deal for left tackle Laramie Tunsil, whom they just signed to a huge extension. His talent is undeniable. History will tell whether the price was too high. Picking up good players for the front 7 in rounds 2 to 3 answered the team's top defensive needs. They hit their top need on offense by picking up Heck, an underrated prospect who will provide depth at both offensive tackle spots. He will probably earn a starting spot somewhere in the next few years. Reed is undersized but ultra-competitive. Coulter's a vertical threat the team needs. He really helped himself with a strong NFL scouting combine performance.
Draft picks: USC WR Michael Pittman, number 34 overall; Wisconsin RB Jonathan Taylor, number 41 overall; Utah S Julian Blackmon, number 85; Washington QB Jacob Eason, number 122; Ball State OG Danny Pinter, number 149; Penn State DT Robert Windsor, number 193; Massachusetts CB Isaiah Rogers, number 211; Washington State WR Desmond Patman, number 212, Michigan LB Jordan Glasgow, number 213, Day 1 grade, B Day 2 grade, a Day 3 grade, a overall grade, a draft analysis. GM Chris Ballard picked up a big-bodied receiver, Pittman, for new quarterback Phillip Rivers and traded up for a stud running back Taylor on Day 2 of the draft. Was the trade for DeForest Buckner worth the hefty price tag, especially considering Javon Kinlaw was available at number 13? Will Pittman be better than Denzel Mims or Chase Claypool? Time will tell.
Eason eventually taking over for Phillip Rivers makes so much sense. Rivers is a true leader under whom the talented Eason can learn and continue developing. Keeping the athletic Pinter in the state of Indiana as a backup guard tackle makes a lot of sense for the Colts. Windsor is a pest up front who, along with Blackmon, Rogers and Glasgow, a future special teams Pro Bowler, should add plenty of depth on defense. Indy traded 2017 second-rounder Quincy Wilson to the Jets for the 6th-round pick they used on Rogers. Not a great return, but I guess something is better than nothing.
Draft picks: Florida CB C.J. Henderson, number 9 overall; Lsu Qb K'Lavon Chaisson, number 20; Colorado WR Laviska Shenault, number 42; Ohio State DT Davon Hamilton, number 73; St. John's OT Ben Barch, number 116; Michigan State CB Josiah Scott, number 137; Miami LB Shaquille Quarterman, number 140; Auburn S. Daniel Thomas, number 157; Texas WR Colin Johnson, number 165; Oregon State QB Jake Luton, number 189; Georgia Tech Tyler Davis, number 206; Memphis CB Chris Claybrooks, number 223; Day 1 grade, a Day 2 grade, a Day 3 grade, a overall grade, a draft analysis. Jacksonville picked up 2-star SEC defenders Henderson and Chaisson to meet critical needs in the first round, then selected worthwhile prospects in the second Shenault and third rounds Hamilton to sew up a nice first 2 days of the draft. They started Day 3 with Barch, who I thought was worthy of a top 75 selection. He plays with a nasty demeanor, and should be able to line up at tackle or, eventually, slide inside if needed. Scott provides more depth in the secondary. Quarterman's just a great football player who will start in the middle at some point in his pro career with the Jags or someone else. Thomas is a better athlete than football player at this point, and is likely a special teamer. Johnson is a nice outside complement to Chenault. Luton will compete for playing time if Gardner Minshew falters in 2020 and should at least be a solid backup in the league for a few years.
Draft picks: Lsu Qb Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Mississippi State LB Willie Gay, number 63, TCU Lucas Niang, number 96, Louisiana Tech L'Jarius Sneed, number 138, Michigan DeMichael Donna, number 177, Tulane CB Thacarius Keys, number 237, Day 1 grade, a Day 2 grade, B Day 3 grade, B overall grade, B+ draft analysis. Coach Andy Reid found his all-purpose back in the first round, Edwards-Helaire, then took a chance on a couple of talented players with character, Gay, and/or injury, Niang, issues with great upsides on Friday night. Sneed is an outside corner who played safety as a senior to help his team. Not too surprised to see the Chiefs add Donna on Day 3 since they already have another former Wolverine, and similarly built edge rusher, in Frank Clark on the roster. Kansas City should be able to find interior offensive linemen to provide depth after the draft.
Draft picks: Alabama W.R. Henry Ruggs, number 12 overall, Ohio State CB Damon Arnett, number 19, Kentucky RB Lynn Bowden, number 80, South Carolina W.R. Brian Edwards, number 81, Clemson LB Tanner Muse, number 100, Clemson Og John Simpson, number 109, Louisiana Tech CB Amick Robertson, number 139, Day 1 grade, C Day 2 grade, a Day 3 grade, a overall grade, B draft analysis. The Raiders spent 3 of their 5 premium picks on targets for quarterback Derek Carr, Ruggs 3, Bowden, Edwards, and used the other 2 to improve the back 7, Arnett, Muse. Simpson offers power on the offensive line, though was inconsistent. I'm guessing we'll continue to see more of the quickness he put on display during Senior Bowl practices. Robertson is an outstanding football player who happens to be 5'8" and coming off injury. He'll be a beast for the Raiders in the slot, and I wouldn't count him out at any other spot in the secondary.
Draft picks: Oregon QB Justin Herbert, number 6 overall, Oklahoma LB Kenneth Murray, number 23, UCLA RB Joshua Kelly, number 112, Virginia WR Joe Reed, number 151, Notre Dame Elohi Gilman, number 186, Ohio State WR KJ Hill, number 220, Day 1 grade, a Day 2 grade, a Day 3 grade, a overall grade, a draft analysis. The Chargers found leaders on offense, Herbert, and defense, Murray, in the first round, which should certainly please Bolts fans. Kelly's Senior Bowl performance made him an early 4th-round pick. Not because of his talent, but because he showed that his full explosiveness was back after playing through injury as a senior. Reed is known for his return work, and rightly so. But I think he'll be a nice number 3 receiver as well. Gilman's a solid player who should become a good special teams contributor. Hill was such a strong performer for the Buckeyes, but lacks great athleticism. He could also serve as a solid number 3 for LA. It will be interesting to see how the Chargers further improve their offensive line after not investing a single pick up front.
Draft picks: Florida State RB Cam Akers, number 52 overall, Florida WR Van Jefferson, number 57, Alabama LB Terrell Lewis, number 84, Utah S Terrell Burgess, number 104, Purdue Tay Bryson Hopkins, number 136, Ohio State S Jordan Fuller, number 199, Baylor LB Clay Johnston, number 234, Miami, Ohio, K Sam Sloman, number 248, Clemson Og Tremaine Ankrum, number 250, Day 1 grade, a Day 2 grade, a Day 3 grade, a overall grade, a draft analysis. For the 4th straight draft, GM Les Snead didn't have a first-round pick. But the savvy decision-maker was able to make the most out of the 4 Day 2 picks, 2 second-rounders, 2 third-rounders he did have in his arsenal. He added future contributors at running back Akers and receiver Jefferson, while getting excellent value at edge Lewis and nickel Burgess. Finding Hopkins in the 4th was an excellent value, while Fuller could be another Kurt Coleman-type pickup at safety. The loss of Corey Littleton in free agency might make room inside for Johnston to fit in. Although it makes sense for the Rams to want competition at kicker, it is interesting that they opted over Georgia's Rodrigo Blankenship. Ankrum excelled at tackle for Clemson but will transition inside for the Rams.
Draft picks: Alabama QB Tua Tagovailoa, number 5 overall; USC OT Austin Jackson, number 18; Auburn CB Noah Igbenogany, number 30; Louisiana OT Robert Hunt, number 39; Alabama DT Raekwon Davis, number 56; Texas S. Brandon Jones, number 70; Georgia AUG Solomon Kindley, number 111; North Carolina de Jason Strowbridge, number 154; Boise State de Curtis Weaver, number 164; LSU Blake Ferguson, number 185; Navy RB Malcolm Perry, number 246; Day 1 grade, a Day 2 grade, B Day 3 grade, B overall grade. A draft analysis: Miami needed a franchise quarterback and offensive line help coming into the draft, and they got both within the first 18 picks on Day 1. Add in a starting safety and run stopper, and the Dolphins acquitted themselves well over the first 3 rounds.
Kindley is power incarnate but also has some mobility for his size, 6'6", 337 pounds, not unlike the guard they signed to a big free agent deal, Eric Flowers. Strowbridge strengthens the outside of the defensive line. Trading a 5th-round pick for 49ers running back Matt Breida may turn out to be a really good move if the tough runner can stay healthy. Perry has the work ethic and athleticism to succeed in the backfield, as well. Weaver has always had the potential to be one of the best edge rushers in this draft class. If he takes care of business, watch him power past tackles to consistently get after quarterbacks.
Draft picks: LSU WR Justin Jefferson, number 22 overall; TCU CB Jeff Gladney, number 31 overall; Boise State OT Ezra Cleveland, number 58; Mississippi State CB Cameron Dantzler, number 89; South Carolina DJ Wonnum, number 117; Baylor DT James Lynch, number 130; Oregon LB Troy Dye, number 132; Temple CB Harrison Hand, number 169; Miami WRKJ Osborne, number 176; Oregon State OT Blake Brandel, number 203; Michigan S. Josh Metellus, number 205; Michigan State DeKenny Willekes, number 225; Iowa QB Nate Stanley, number 244; Mississippi State S. Brian Cole II, number 249; Washburn AUG Kyle Hinton, number 253; Day 1 grade, a Day 2 grade, a Day 3 grade, A+ overall grade. A draft analysis: GM Rick Spielman knew picking multiple cornerbacks, 2 on Day 1, 1 on Day 3, was a must, as was finding a receiver to replace Stephon Diggs and creating more competition on the offensive line. He hit all the notes in rounds 1 to 3.
Wonnum was underappreciated at South Carolina, with Javon Kinlaw stealing the spotlight, but the edge defender is athletic, tough and worthy of an early 4th-round pick. Getting Lynch in the 4th round was a steal. His character off the field and motor on it will help him stay in the league for a very long time. Dye is a rare guy who led his college team in tackles for 4 years. His selection addresses a position of need, as well. Hand, Brandel, Willekes, Hinton and Osborne will provide depth at minimum, but have the potential to have more of an impact. Getting Stanley in the 7th round could pay major dividends down the line. Metellus and Cole are safeties who can play in the box, maybe even at linebacker instead of safety.
Draft picks: Lenoir Ryan S. Kyle Duggar, number 37 overall; Michigan LB Josh Uche, number 60; Alabama LB Anfernee Jennings, number 87; UCLA Tay Devin Asiasi, number 91; Virginia Tech Tay Dalton Keene, number 101; Marshall K. Justin Rohrwasser, number 159; Michigan AUG Michael Onwenu, number 182; Wake Forest OT Justin Herron, number 195; Wyoming LB Cash Maluya, number 204; Memphis C. Dustin Woodard, number 230; Day 1 grade, incomplete Day 2 grade, a Day 3 grade, C+ overall grade. B draft analysis: Bill Belichick and his dog understood the team's needs on the edge, in the secondary and at tight end. Not everyone agreed with the value of the tight ends selected, but their versatility and athleticism may ultimately shine through. Belichick is not afraid to stray from the consensus board a bit, taking Rohrwasser in the 5th round. Sometimes those picks work out for the Patriots, other times, they do not. Time will tell. Onwenu, Heron and Woodard are solid picks late in the draft, one or both will start down the line. Wide receiver is still a major need.
Draft picks: Michigan C. Cesar Ruiz, number 24 overall; Wisconsin LB Zach Bond, number 74; Dayton Tay Adam Troutman, number 105; Mississippi State QB Tommy Stevens, number 240. Day 1 grade, a Day 2 grade, a Day 3 grade, a overall grade, a draft analysis. The Saints gave up the bulk of their Day 3 picks. One went to the Giants in the Eli Apple acquisition in 2018 to get an excellent value in Troutman. They also traded a future third-round pick to get another great value in Bond, a typical Sean Payton move. Payton made yet another interesting deal for Stevens, giving up the 2021 sixth-round pick for a potential replacement for Taysom Hill in the special packages if Hill leaves after 2020. Stevens did not grade out well as a typical quarterback, but for what the Saints want to do, he makes all kinds of sense. They did not get a cornerback or receiver, but the team's depth there should be fine, especially with the addition of top undrafted free agents at those spots.
Draft picks: Georgia OT Andrew Thomas, number 4 overall; Alabama S. Xavier McKinney, number 36; Connecticut OT Matt Pert, number 99; UCLA CB Darnay Holmes, number 110; Oregon Og Shane Lemieux, number 150; Penn State LB Cam Brown, number 183; Minnesota LB Carter Coughlin, number 218; South Carolina LB T.J. Brunson, number 238; Minnesota CB Chris Williamson, number 247; Georgia LB Tae Crowder, number 255; Day 1 grade, B Day 2 grade, a Day 3 grade, B+ overall grade, B+ draft analysis. Most people expected the Giants to hit the offensive line early on, and picking Thomas and Pert in rounds 1 and 3 met that expectation. Safety McKinney, round 2, bolsters the team's secondary, as does cornerback Holmes, round 4, who will work in the slot quite well for the Giants. Lemieux provides depth on the interior offensive line, though he might have been picked a bit earlier, number 150, than expected. Brown displays the athleticism to become a nice pickup as a reserve edge rusher. Brunson was a good pick who finds the football despite not having any elite physical traits. Williamson is a versatile corner, nickel, safety who will contribute soon, and Crowder was an absolutely underappreciated part of the 2019 Georgia defense. Look for General Manager Dave Gettleman to seek out hidden receiver gems after the draft.
Draft picks: Louisville OT Mekhi Becton, number 11 overall; Baylor WR Denzel Mims, number 59; Cal S. Ashton Davis, number 68; Florida DeJabari Zuniga, number 79; Florida RB LaMichael Pirine, number 120; Florida International QB James Morgan, number 125; UNC Charlotte OT Cameron Clark, number 129; Virginia CB Bryce Hall, number 158; Texas A&M P. Braden Mann, number 191; Day 1 grade, a Day 2 grade, a Day 3 grade, B+ overall grade, a draft analysis. New York completed its overhaul of the offensive line with Becton in the first round, found a second-round value at receiver in Mims and got solid picks on the edge and at safety.
On Saturday, Pirine was brought in rather than attacking the team's need at cornerback. Pirine is a really fun back to watch, however, so I expect he'll back up Le'Veon Bell adeptly. I think Morgan was probably picked a round or so earlier than his film portended, but I can't blame the Jets for wanting to find a potential backup quarterback. The question is, should Jake Fromm have been the selection, despite his average arm? Clark was a solid value pick in the 4th as a versatile offensive lineman, but the team could have used that pick, number 129, to address another position. Hall might have been a second-round pick after the 2018 season, but an injury dropped him down boards a bit. He could prove to be a real steal in the 5th. Man's leg will be appreciated by his defense. Getting cornerback Quincy Wilson from the Colts for a 6th-round pick makes sense.
Draft picks: TCU WR Jalen Reagor, number 21 overall; Oklahoma QB Jalen Hurts, number 53; Colorado LB Davion Taylor, number 103; Clemson S. Kayvon Wallace, number 127; Auburn AUG Jack Driscoll, number 145; Boise State WR John Hightower, number 168; Temple LB Sean Bradley, number 196; Southern Miss WR Quez Watkins, number 200; Auburn OT Prince Tega Wanago, number 210; Stanford DeCasey Toohill, number 233; Day 1 grade, B Day 2 grade, a Day 3 grade, A+ overall grade. A draft analysis: the Eagles had to find a quarterback they trusted in case Carson Wentz was injured again. They did in Hurts. The team added explosiveness to their receiving core on Day 1, Reagor, and speed at linebacker on Day 2, Taylor. GM Howie Roseman got a steal with his fourth-round pick in Wallace, a guy who I thought could have gone as high as the second round. Great value at an area of need. Driscoll could line up at guard or tackle and maybe even serve as the team's backup center. Hightower was another great value pick by Roseman, as the receiver's ability to run past corners and run after catch made him a potential third or fourth rounder in my eyes. The Eagles added even more speed out wide on Day 3 when they traded for veteran Marquise Goodwin and selected Watkins. I don't know why Bradley and Toohill were still available so late, but kudos to Roseman for grabbing those two guys at a bargain. If Wanago is healthy, he will be a valuable swing tackle. Look for the Eagles to sign a couple of top available running backs after the draft.
Draft picks: Notre Dame WR Chase Claypool, number 49 overall; UNC Charlotte LB Alex Highsmith, number 102; Maryland RB Anthony McFarland, number 124; Louisiana AUG Kevin Dotson, number 135; Maryland S. Antoine Brooks Jr. number 198; Nebraska DT Carlos Davis, number 232; Day 1 grade, B Day 2 grade, a Day 3 grade, B overall grade. A draft analysis: last year's trade with Miami for safety Minkah Fitzpatrick was worth the first-round pick it cost. And I like the decisions to add Claypool at receiver and Highsmith as depth at edge rusher with their second and third round picks, respectively. That's a solid couple of days for GM Kevin Colbert.
Colbert went with another mid-round back in McFarland after using similar picks on James Conner, number 105 overall, 2017, Jalen Samuels, number 165, 2018, and Benny Snell, number 122, 2019, the past 3 seasons. He does have speed, though, which the team needed at the position. Dotson gives the team depth for now, and could develop into a future starter at guard down the line. The team needed a nose tackle and Davis fits that bill well.
Draft picks: South Carolina DT Javon Kinlaw, number 14 overall; Arizona State WR Brandon Ayuk, number 25; West Virginia OT Colton McKivitz, number 153; Georgia Tay Charlie Warner, number 190; Tennessee WR Jawan Jennings, number 217; Day 1 grade, B Day 2 grade, N A Day 3 grade, A overall grade, B+. Draft analysis: GM John Lynch didn't wait very long to find DeForest Buckner's replacement along the D-line, selecting Kinlaw at number 14 overall. He addressed the team's receiver need later in round 1 when he traded up 6 spots for Ayuk. The deal for the Arizona State receiver, along with past trades for veterans Dee Ford and Emmanuel Sanders, sapped the Niners of any second, third or fourth round selections.
Moving a fifth-round pick and 2021 third-round pick for Pro Bowl left tackle Trent Williams, who's expected to take over for the retiring Joe Staley, makes a strong offensive line even stronger. McKivitz, whom they drafted with the pick acquired from the Dolphins for Matt Breida, played tackle in college, but I think he could be a very good starting guard. The Niners continued dealing, moving Marquise Goodwin to the Eagles for a sixth-round pick, which they then used on Jennings, a big receiver who wins with physicality, not speed. Warner was a very good blocker-receiver pick at tight end because the team needed depth behind stud George Kittle.
Draft picks: Texas Tech LB Jordan Brooks, number 27 overall; Tennessee Darrell Taylor, number 48; LSU Aug Damian Lewis, number 69; Stanford Tay Colby Parkinson, number 133; Miami RB DJ Dallas, number 144; Syracuse Alton Robinson, number 148; Florida WR Freddie Swain, number 214; LSU WR Stephen Sullivan, number 251; Day 1 grade, B Day 2 grade, B plus Day 3 grade, C plus overall grade, B draft analysis. The Seahawks found an athletic punisher to play inside in Jordan Brooks, a quick edge rusher in Darrell Taylor and a beast of a guard in Damian Lewis in rounds 1 to 3. Parkinson is a fair fourth-round pick who will have to compete with a few tight ends already on the Seahawks roster. Dallas joins former Canes teammate Travis Homer on the Seahawks. The powerful Robinson and Taylor should complement each other well off the edge. Swain is an underappreciated receiving talent who can work in the slot, and Sullivan has real potential as a stand-up tight end. Giving up a 2021 sixth-round pick to get him shows their belief in that potential.
Draft picks: Iowa OT Tristan Wirfs, number 13 overall; Minnesota S Antoine Winfield, number 45; Vanderbilt RB Keyshawn Vaughn, number 76; Minnesota WR Tyler Johnson, number 161; Nebraska DT Khalil Davis, number 194; Temple LB Chappelle Russell, number 241; Louisiana RB Raymond Calais, number 245. Day 1 grade, a Day 2 grade, B Day 3 grade, B overall grade, B plus draft analysis. The Buccaneers didn't fool around in trying to get Tom Brady the best right tackle they could, trading up one spot in the first round to secure Wirfs. Winfield should become a playmaker in the secondary while Vaughn should develop into a solid running back, even if he was maybe picked one round too early. Despite possessing just average athleticism, Johnson was a big-time producer for Golden Gophers, even earning MVP honors in the Outback Bowl. Davis is an active and athletic backup for 2018 first-rounder Vita Vea. Don't blink when Calais gets the ball, as he has the speed to run by guys 4.42 40 and isn't afraid to initiate contact. GM Jason Licht will scour his list of top undrafted free agents for young pass rusher depth.
Draft picks: Georgia OT Isaiah Wilson, number 29 overall; LSU CB Christian Fulton, number 61; Appalachian State RB Darrington Evans, number 93; NC State DT Larrell Murchison, number 174; Hawaii QB Cole McDonald, number 224; Marshall DB Chris Jackson, number 243. Day 1 grade, B Day 2 grade, a Day 3 grade, a overall grade, B plus draft analysis. The Titans crushed Day 2 of the draft, getting the corner they absolutely needed in Fulton and finding that quick complementary back to Derrick Henry in Evans. Tennessee's pick of Isaiah Wilson in round 1 could work out thanks to the massive young man's 6'6", 350 pounds, lofty potential. Tennessee traded their fourth-round choice to Miami last year for QB Ryan Tannehill, which has worked out pretty well. Murchison, an active defensive lineman, was a top 100 value they picked up at number 174 overall. McDonald's arm and athleticism made him worth a late-round flyer. Adding depth at tight end should be the Titans' top priority when looking to sign priority rookie free agents.
Draft picks: Ohio State edge rusher Chase Young, number 2 overall; Memphis RB Antonio Gibson, number 66; LSU OT Sadiq Charles, number 108; Liberty WR Antonio Gandy Golden, number 142; San Diego State C Keith Ismail, number 156; Michigan LB Khalik Hudson, number 162; Arkansas S Cameron Curl, number 216; NC State D James Smith Williams, number 229. Day 1 grade, a Day 2 grade, B plus Day 3 grade, a overall grade. A draft analysis: Washington decided to pick the draft's best defender in Young instead of an uber-talented quarterback in Tua Tagovailoa. The progress of last year's first-round pick, Dwayne Haskins, will determine whether the franchise ultimately made the right choice. Gibson, an all-purpose threat out of Memphis, may remind coach Ron Rivera of a mid-round version of his former player with the Panthers, Christian McCaffrey.
The team lacked leverage in their standoff with Pro Bowl left tackle Trent Williams, and thus will have to settle for the 2020 fifth-rounder, Ismail at number 156 overall, and 2021 third-rounder they received from the 49ers. They selected Charles to fill Williams's big shoes, and he has the potential to do so based on his athleticism. But he'll have to prevent the disciplinary issues that plagued him at LSU from following him to the NFL. Gandy Golden's big body could be a problem for NFL cornerbacks down the field. Ismail, who could play guard or center for Washington, is a solid pick who will play for a long time. Hudson will provide depth in the secondary or at linebacker and should be a special teams demon. Edge rusher Smith Williams could have been picked much earlier, so he's a relative bargain in the 7th round.
Follow Chad Reuter on Twitter at @Chad_Reuter.
Make a difference during the 2020 NFL Draft and unite for the #Draftathon, a 3-day virtual fundraiser in support of COVID-19 relief efforts.